Hello, everyone. This is topic number 2 for week number 2, and it's called Searching the Literature. So, go to the website, go to the university website, click on Library, and then the library presented here looks like, to my knowledge, these are the main search engines that we have access to get articles. So, to get into it, click on Library Access. Now, I'm going to show you something here, and this is going to be really important for you to take into consideration as you're searching. Now, if you work for a university or a hospital already that has a ability to search the literature, great. If you do not, then I recommend that you use PubMed right here. I'm going to show you why here in just a second. So ProQuest Central, that's one you've got access to. If I put in chronic low back pain and incidence of depression, because if we're interested in knowing about depression, um, how common it is with individuals with chronic low back pain, 15,000 results come up, and that becomes way too cumbersome to read through the titles to see if it is of something of interest for you to write about. So my recommendation would be not to use ProQuest Central. But the good thing is there are a lot of articles that you can get. The full text, easy to get here. You don't have to order them through the university. Another search engine is the MCare. MCare or Ovid, here it is. If I do chronic low back pain and incidence of depression again, I click on it, and it takes a little while. This one's kind of a little bit slower. It'll come up here shortly, and 8,790. So that again is really overwhelming to look at. But again, you might have access to some interesting articles, full text, full text. So that's good. Full text, full text. A lot of full text ones that are available now. But again, it's really, really, really overwhelming. PubMed, chronic low back pain and incidence of depression. 378 results. That's a lot easier to start reading through titles. And this right here, prevalence, incidence, and factors associated with nonspecific chronic low back pain in community dwelling older adults, age 60 years and older, a systematic review and meta-analysis. I can click on it. The article is available via open access here, so that's good. So I can get that one. And then I can read through the abstract here to see if there was any information that might be interesting for me to look up. So chronic low back pain is common among older adults. The systematic review aimed to summarize the prevalence and incidence of chronic low back pain in older adults and demographic, psychological, and clinical factors positively and negatively associated with the prevalent incidence of chronic low back pain among older adults. So this would probably be a very interesting paper to look at. Great. What if, though, this paper was not available to me via PubMed? There are several, when it says free PMC article, that means you can get access to it free, but there might be something, the treatment of depression and chronic low back pain, review and recommendations. What you can try to do is, if it's not available in PubMed, you can try going to ProQuest Central, putting in the title, and seeing if it can come up. And I might need to get rid of this because it's an older article. Let me try searching that again. Now, if it doesn't come up, I may need to put it in quotes. So it's just looking for those exact words. And I'm not seeing that it is available in this search engine. Maybe it is if we go one more over here. So it doesn't look like it. So then your next step is, can you find it online someplace? And there's the article, but it doesn't seem to be available through. So that one might be one that you're not able to get. It is an older one, July of 1992, so it may be less relevant anyways. So that's how you kind of search for. So, like, what if we were to go back here now, and let's say you're interested in looking for stroke and return to work. 685 results, determinants of return to work after stroke, a systematic review and meta-analysis. Wow, that's probably something really, really good. So, addressing mood and fatigue. Interesting. Okay. And what are going to be maybe the best articles for you to look at? The best articles are going to be ones that are going to be systematic reviews and either randomized controlled trials or quasi-experimental studies. Those are going to be the ones of the highest um, strength of evidence. So, if I put in systematic review, it gets it down to 43 results. So that becomes interesting because now we can go to the systematic review, and as we read through the systematic review, that those authors have looked at a variety of papers, and so you could potentially find other papers by going through that. So let's say here, return interventions to facilitate return to work after stroke. Here's one, so a free article I can pull up. And now to kind of illustrate that point, so coming through the article here, as we read through it, now here is all of the different articles that they reviewed, and you can review through it and see like, okay, is there something? Do I want to take a look at Adams et al? Is there something that I could learn from that would help out my paper? And so then you can try to find the Adams et al paper very easily. You can do that by then just going to the references here. There's Adams et al, and see if Adams et al is available. Not available via PubMed, but maybe it's available via a different search engine. Post-acute brain injury rehabilitation in patients with stroke. It does not appear available in this search engine, but now you might be able to order it through the university. And so I don't know what the policy is or how you're able to do that. And so if there is an article that you want to try to access, I would contact the university library and ask them about that process. But what you can see so far is there are definitely lots of articles that you can get to. The key is, what is your search engine going to, or what kind of keywords are you going to use? So again, traumatic brain injury and return to work. 292 results. How about depression? A lot of them there. So maybe if I go systematic review, oops, 89 results. How about if I go with treatment? A lot of results there. Maybe if I would go systematic review and treatment, then I get down to 63 results. So I start getting into a more manageable section from there. All right, any questions on that? So your diagnosis, what domain you're interested in looking at. How about we could try something like stroke and interpersonal relationships. Here we go. Interpersonal relationship challenges among stroke survivors and family caregivers. Unfortunately, not an article available there, but gives you an idea. Here's one: cardiovascular care of patients with stroke and a high risk of stroke, the need for interdisciplinary action. There's an article, but it doesn't appear to be within what we're interested in. Intra and interpersonal effects of coping style and self efficacy on anxiety, depression, and life satisfaction in patient partner couples after stroke. And a free article. Good. So that is our strategy for searching. Let me know if you have questions.